going on, everybody? Richard Burns here from the Solomon Project. Southbound on 85 in Georgia. Looks like we have an accident ahead of us. From the looks of it, it's a pretty bad one at that. We got a car flipped on its side. Oh my goodness. These are the type of encounters that truck drivers confront on a regular basis. Okay, so I got me a little comment. Somebody got their license. Somebody got their CDL 2 weeks ago. I didn't put your name or anything up because I'm trying, I'm respecting your privacy. But yeah. Oh man, this is yeah, this car that's flipped on its side caught fire. Oh man, it's like a 4-car pileup, looking crazy. Oh yeah, I'm looking in the rear view mirror and I can see, yeah, the car caught on fire. Man, yeah, that's tough. You get to see a lot of that when you're an over-the-road driver. You get to see a lot of that. And you get to see some graphic stuff. Yeah. You see the human body go through some crazy stuff. So shout out to that person who got their truck CDL license 2 weeks ago. I'm going to give you the best advice you can ever receive. You probably already heard this, but I'm going to say it, and this can serve as some type of confirmation that what they told you was on point. Listen, when you go get your CDLs, you're investing money, you're investing time, you're investing energy. Protect that bad boy. Protect that license. Many drivers, when they hit that 3-year mark, between 3 and 5 years, when they're feeling real confident with their skills, and they're driving down these streets and along these highways, confident of their ability to maneuver this big vehicle, something that perhaps they felt intimidated by. There goes the Stadies. And there goes the ambulance in the opposite direction. I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's another emergency up ahead or on the other side of the highway. Let's see what the Stadies do. Do they bang a left or right? What do they do? Can't tell yet. Yet they just banged the left. So that accident was a fresh one. Yeah. So that's a lot of energy that you put into getting that license. And yeah, right around the 3 to 5 year mark, You got to be careful. Yeah, that big piece of equipment that you felt intimidated by in the very beginning feels like nothing to you now. You can swing that thing around like it's a regular car. However, that's you. You can do that. But you're going to be driving around people that have little to no experience driving on the highways. Or if they do have experience, it's still limited if you compare it to what a professional driver knows. We wind up driving under all kinds of conditions. Rain, fog, sleet, snow, black ice, freezing temperature, hot temperatures, driving fatigued, super long distances, not eating right. So we acquire a degree of experience that the average person who's never driven a truck doesn't have. I mention this because while you're confident of your own skills, you have a level of confidence in your own skills, but the people around you don't have the same level of skill that you have driving. And they are the ones that are going to cause you to get into some kind of incident, whether it be an accident or some destruction of some property, like a lamppost or something, a fence. Because you'll react to conditions and it won't be the same way a person who doesn't drive a truck will react. See, you're driving a heavy piece of equipment. You're not going to be able to stop in as short a distance as a car. You might be empty and it starts to rain and somebody cuts in front of you, you slam on those brakes, your trailer starts to jackknife or hydroplane and jackknife. Now you could potentially be smashing a car on an adjacent lane. Thankfully, there was a driver I worked with, and on I-80 in Pennsylvania, I think it was the springtime. So at the top of the mountain or the hill, it's like 34 degrees and the highway surface is wet. I think he mentioned it was sometime around sunset. But when he hit the bottom, when he hit the valley, it was below freezing. And it was still, or it appeared to be wet. Well, it wasn't wet, it was frozen. It was black ice, and he jackknifed. Luckily for him, the speed that he was traveling in, he was able to straighten the trailer out without incident, without hitting anybody or hitting any guardrails. He stepped on that accelerator and sped up so he can straighten his trailer out. Now listen to what I'm saying, because when you find yourself in a situation like that where you're jackknifing because of ice, you're not thinking about tapping on the accelerator. Most people tap on the brakes and make it worse. It's a knee-jerk reaction, but when that experience kicks in, hopefully you maintain your cool, you stay calm, and you correct whatever situation that you're in, if you can correct it. But it's the people around you driving cars. They're the ones that don't share the same reaction time you have. They're the ones that have a reflexive response that's contradictory to what they need to do, but they don't have the type of practice that us truck drivers have. What do I have, like 2.5, 3 million miles on the road? I've had plenty of practice going up and down mountains in the winter, in the summer, in the spring, in the fall, city driving. Plenty of close calls, plenty. That's part of the experience. Protect that license at all costs. If you have a dispatcher that's asking you to do something that could potentially put a blemish on your license, say no. And you see, going back to school versus company getting your license, if you got your license through a company and you're stuck with a dispatcher that tries to take advantage, you may never get that dispatcher changed, or you might change that dispatcher and the other dispatcher is equally as bad, maybe worse. If that's the case, you're stuck. But if you got your CDL through a school, find yourself in an uncomfortable situation where the staff members of that company are not respecting your license, well, cool. You already got you didn't get your license through them. You're not beholden to them. Start filling out applications and bounce. I'll be back on later. I finally picked up my equipment, my laptop. I didn't have it for weeks. But now I can make a better presentation of certain things I want to point out. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Stay fresh. Keep it profitable. And go take a ride with Kitty.
Arabam Dacia, seviyorum çift kalem maça. Göremedi kimseden fayda. İşler